Welcome back. Big marks, high marks, but then deprived of basics. If you are a Sri Lankan refugee, it seems you have no right to become a doctor or an engineer, at least in Tamil Nadu. Despite scoring very high marks in their board exams, children of Lankan refugees in our state are bearing the brunt of their past. Many of them are denied admission to professional courses. The message seems to be simple. Giving you school education was enough. Now don't even think of a college.
Anuja has scored over 91% total in her plus 2 exams and her cutoff is over 190. But there was a rude shock for her when she tried to attend counselling for professional courses. Being a Lankan Tamil refugee, she cannot be part of any counselling for MBBS or engineering.
எனக்கு வந்து சின்ன வயசுல இருந்து டாக்டர் ஆகணும் படிக்கணும்னு தான் ஆசை. அப்போ இங்கே வர்றப்போ எனக்கு தெரியாது இங்கே என்ன மாதிரி கல்வி முறை என்ன மாதிரின்னு ஒன்றும் தெரியாது. அப்போ இங்கே வந்து படித்து எக்ஸாம் முடிஞ்சு ரிசல்ட்ஸ் வந்த பிறகு தான் தெரியும் இங்கே வந்து நாங்கள் படிக்க முடியும் போட்டு இந்த மாதிரி தொழில் வாய்ப்பு ஒன்றும் படிக்க முடியாது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி.
Refugee students did not have any restrictions from 1984 to 1991 and from 1996 to 2003. From 2003, Lankan Tamil refugee students who are doing excellent in their plus 2 exams are not able to join professional courses. Tamil Nadu government cites hurdles from central bureaucracy, particularly law ministry, as the impediment.
You will find that some of the best students, they don't realize until they come to that point that they are actually don't belong to this country because they are from another country. They are so well cared for by this country, by the people and so on. Suddenly they realize they are not citizens and they get frustrated and a lot of them get disoriented as a result.
Education is the greatest asset that refugees can take back home, where rebuilding lives require a lot of doctors and engineers. Maybe humanitarian considerations at highest levels of policy making can restore their rights. In Chennai with reporter Peer Mohammed, this is Zoya Thomas for NDTV Hindu.
Developments in this shocking story from Kodaikanal, which has grabbed headlines over the last few days. Police have finally managed to trace the absconding correspondent of the Kodaikanal public school who has been accused of molesting a young girl, a student of class 9 in his very school. This 73-year-old Bhutanese man, ML Bright, who seems to be now facing darkness very soon, allegedly molested the young girl when she was alone in her room. Although the school has repeatedly denied these charges and said that they are false complaint, the police sent 3 teams to Nagarkoil and Kanyakumari and parts of Kerala to search for Bright and finally found him using the signals that were tracked based on his mobile phone. Not a bright gesture at all from ML Bright there. Hopefully investigations will provide justice to that little girl. Moving on, the word IT corridor would probably bring you to your mind posh buildings and facilities matching up to international standards, some state-of-the-art infrastructure. But Chennai's IT corridor, that is considered India's leading one, presents a very harsh reality picture. Amidst all the big buildings and bad roads is poor maintenance and a lot of rubbish and garbage.
This stretch on Taramani houses the MRTS station, 2 television studios and over 6 IT companies. But a first glance leads you to an open drainage, garbage strewn like confetti and water stagnation. All this tarnishing the image of a bustling IT suburb. For the office goers, this is a perennial hurdle. They do not need monsoon to roll up their trousers.
Actually, the drainage is open over here, so when we walk down the road, it really smells.
Being an IT hub area, it's really like the Chennai impact is very bad. When any foreigner comes or anybody comes outside from India, they can just feel like it's representing Chennai in a very bad sense.
There is no dustbins. Government has to provide the dustbins.
Yes, quite shocking but true. There is not one garbage bin on this road. The result, the waste strewn on the road rots and clogs the open drains. And this is in the vicinity of the workplace of over 2 lakh people. the civic authorities clearly need to log in urgently.
கொஞ்சம் ரோடெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் பண்ணால் ஐடி பீப்புளுக்குலாம் நல்லாயிருக்கும். இந்த வீடுங்க அது மாதிரி இந்த மாதிரி காடுங்க இருக்கிற இடம்லாம் கொஞ்சம் கிளியர் பண்ணி அந்த இடத்த கொஞ்சம் ப்ராப்பராக பண்ணால் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ஃபேமஸ் ஆகும் இந்த தர்மனி ஏரியா.
All these industries, small industries, actually those are causing some problem here. अगर वो लोगों को differentiate करना चाहिए. अगर suppose यहाँ पर पूरे IT रहना चाहिए instead of having small industries like that.
With the monsoon around the corner, the garbage plus stagnant water can lead only to one thing: diseases. This is an everyday inconvenience to office goers and commuters. Looks like the IT hub that contributes a majority to the state's economy is quite deprived of its basic civic rights. In Chennai, Minal Shah, NDTV Hindu.
A hard shock to software employees there. For someone who has never heard a sound in their life, being able to hear music is perhaps the biggest gift one can possibly give. And a new technological breakthrough will make just that possible. This new cochlear implant is music to deaf ears, literally.
That's good.
For 4 years, Rupa's world has been silent. Now she has had a cochlear implant and is undergoing auditory verbal therapy. She'll soon be talking like other kids her age and even go to a normal school.
சின்ன சவுண்டாக இருந்தால் கூட கேட்க முடியுது. ரோட்டில் போகும்பொழுது வரும்பொழுது காரு இது என்ன அது என்னங்கிறத எங்களை கேட்குறா. அதை நாங்கள் சொல்கிறோம். ஷீ இஸ் ஏபிள் டு ரிப்பீட் பண்ணவும் தெரியுது.
For those born deaf, a cochlear implant is the only solution. And yet another breakthrough has been achieved in Chennai. A 2-year-old has been given a state-of-the-art cochlear implant. This 5th generation implant will enable him to not just hear but even enjoy music.
Processing power getting better and bigger. Now the focus is on a total envelope of sound. So you want to hear the telephone ring in the background, you want to hear the traffic in the background, you want to hear the fan, the AC, and most importantly, music. And the Nucleus 5 will score there.
There's more good news. Though a cochlear implant can cost anywhere between 5 and 10 lakhs, there's help coming in from various quarters.
The Tamil Nadu government, through the Star Health Insurance Scheme, has come forward with a Kalaignar Kaappeedu Thittam to pay 1 lakh the KKR ENT Hospital as part of our contribution to that scheme. We have reduced our costs by half.
Although there are 1 million people in India who are born deaf, so far only 6,000 implants have been done. But slowly, the technology is reaching out to a lot more people. In Chennai, Nithala, NDTV Hindu.
What a sensitive gesture there. We'll slip into a short break, but it's been a year since Michael Jackson bid a goodbye to this world. But MJ clearly lives on. More on that on the other side.